Hello students, today we'll begin with lesson number 2, subject and predicate. Before that, we'll see what is a sentence. A sentence is made up of two parts, the subject and the predicate. The subject is a word or a phrase in a sentence that shows who or what does the action. The predicate is the part of the sentence that tells us something about the subject. The predicate always contains the verb. So students, it means that the subject is noun or pronoun or the person about whom we are talking in that sentence, and predicate is the verb, means what that person, what that noun or pronoun is doing in that sentence. The action which is taking place in the sentence is known as predicate. Students, now let's see some examples. Can you see on your screen? I want a new car is the sentence over here. Now can you see about what we are talking here? About I. Can you see the child? About that child we are talking in this sentence. So I is what? It is the subject.
Okay, students, can you see it is a pronoun?
Okay. And what is the predicate? Want a new car. Now want a new car means what? Now students, it is a predicate. Can you see here? Here action is taking place. It is the verb. Understood students now what is subject and predicate? Now let's see the another example. The kids are eating lunch. So students, can you see here the kids? What are we talking about in the sentence? The kids. So the kids is what? It the subject used in the sentence. And are eating lunch means what? What action is going on? Yes, eating lunch, verb. So the are eating lunch is predicate. Now students, let's see few more examples. Mr. Parks is our principal. So students, can you see here? Mr. Parks is the subject and is our principal is the predicate. Next, Max and Ben are in third grade. Now can you see here students about whom we are talking? Max and Ben. So Max and Ben are what? They are the subject, and are in the third grade is what? It is a predicate. Next, the waitress dropped the tray of food. Now can you see here about whom we are talking? The waitress. So the waitress is what? She is the subject. And what we are talking? That she dropped the tray of food. So dropped the tray of food is the predicate. Next, the dogs in our neighbor's yard barked all night. Now students, can you see here what is the topic about what we are talking here? So yes students, we are talking about the dogs in our neighbor's yard. So it is what? It is the subject. And what do you think? What will be the predicate? Yes, barked all night. Can you see barked is the verb used here. So barked all night is the predicate. Next, Ali and I studied for science test. Now can you tell me about whom we are talking? Yes, Ali and I is the subject. And what are we discussing? Studied for our science test. So studied for our science test is the predicate here. Understood students? Next, he called his parents after the movie. Now can you see here students? He is a pronoun which is used for some person. So he is what? It is the subject. And called his parents after the movie is the predicate. The verb used over here is called. Now last sentence is all of the kids in the gym laughed. So students, can you tell me about whom we are talking? Yes, all of the kids in the gym. So this is what? It is the subject. And laughed is what? It is a verb. So it will be what? Of course, it will be predicate. So students, let's see some examples from your grammar book. See, the crew were waiting impatiently for orders from him. Now can you see here? They have already mentioned it under the head subject because we are talking about the crew. Okay, crew means the people who are working on a ship. Now they were waiting impatiently for orders from him. Now can you see what they were doing? They were waiting impatiently. So what it is? It is a predicate. Understood students? Waiting is a verb over here. Next, the young crow had fallen from its nest. Now can you see in this sentence about what we are talking? The young crow. So the young crow is what? It is the subject. And what are we talking? Had fallen from its nest. So it is what? It is a predicate. Now students, see this. Always keep in mind. Usually the subject occurs before the predicate. Can you see here? Till now whatever examples we saw that subject came in front or it came before the predicate. But sometimes, however, the subject occurs after the predicate or in the middle of the predicate. Understood, students? So it can also come after the subject or it also can come in the middle of the predicate. Now let's see some examples. Up into the blue sky soared the bird. Now can you see this sentence, students? Can you tell me about what we are talking in this sentence? Yes, we are talking about the bird. Now the bird is what? It is the subject. And soared up into the sky means what? It is the predicate. Yes or no? What we are talking that? It is the action. The bird soared up into the blue sky. Understood, students? Now let's see the second one. In my coat should peacocks flaunt? Now can you see here about what we are talking? What is the subject here? Yes, peacocks. We are talking about the peacocks in this sentence. And should flaunt in my coat means what? It is the predicate. It is the verb. What they should do? They should flaunt in my coat. Understood, students? This is what we are talking about them. Okay. It is the predicate. Next. The root. I will try to explain. Can you see? Now here the subject is used in the middle. Understood, students? Middle of the predicate. See here. The root. Now about whom we are talking? We are talking about I. So I is the subject here. And what are we talking? We'll try to explain the root. So it is the predicate over here. I hope students you would have understood the lesson subject and predicate. Okay. In our next video we'll see the exercise.